My name is Renee Lopez, and I live here in Austin, Texas. And I am a person with a disability. My disability is something that occurred from birth, and I am currently a wheelchair user. I've had both negative and positive experiences. Most of my negative experiences come from childhood. It saddened me, even as a child, to realize that I had physical barriers that kept me from participating in the church, especially as a child in catechism. For example, I was involved in a catechism class that was held in the basement of the church. And one time, I had to be carried up and down the stairs. And this one time, one of the ushers forgot to come and get me, and I was left in the basement. And it was a cold and rainy day, and I was standing at the bottom of the stairs. There was no one around because Mass had started, and it was raining. And I remember the cold water from the rain circling around my feet. And eventually a priest walks by, and I called to him for assistance, and he comes down the steps and he carries me back up. And after that he changed our location to the education building, which was more accessible. But it's really unfortunate that something like that had to happen before an accommodation was made. So my positive experience now is that I can attend the church I go to now, that is very accessible and accommodating, and I'm very comfortable there. One of my goals to be as part of this inclusion, and from what I've learned from being part of this network, is to become more visible, and not just as a member that goes to church and sits and just listens. I really would like to be more active, and because this has given me more confidence, I think I would like to maybe be a prayer chaplain, which is something that I know that in my heart I want to do, and I feel now that it is something I can pursue because I now have the confidence that inclusion in the church is actually a real possibility. It doesn't matter if a person's in a wheelchair. I think if what you have in your heart is something you can give to others, I think eventually people will understand that a disability really is just an aside.
My name is Heather Albright. I live in Austin, Texas, and I'm blind and I have MS. In the Islamic community, I do a lot of volunteer work just to get disability awareness in the community and to be out and open with people so that they can ask questions and they won't be afraid of people with disabilities. I participate by going to the lectures that the imam gives. That's our priest. He gives lectures on Fridays and Saturdays, and I participate in the classes, and I volunteer whenever there's an event that they need help with babysitting or greeting people. I have both negative and positive experiences in my Islamic community. I guess the positive is the welcoming nature of the community. Like, I have friends and they're very open and they always want me to participate. And a lot of negative stuff is the lack of education awareness, that people are still have the cultural stereotype about people with disabilities, and that's what I'm trying to fight against. I think that people just don't, people who don't have the experience don't think about different things. Like, I'm taking ASL in college, and I was just asking my rehab place about ASL, and they didn't know ASL, so if somebody was deaf, they wouldn't be able to participate, and that was an awareness for me because I never even thought about it until I took the class. It's just, that's the part of education you learn. The changes would include having more sign language interpreters at the services and being aware that people with wheelchairs need to not always have to encounter stairs at the masjid, and having more facilities that have more inclusive, so that other people with other disabilities besides blindness are included, instead of they seem kind of left out because they can't get to the event.
My name is Juan Munoz. I live in Austin, Texas. I participate in a church class A and Z. I have a negative experience when I was a child. I went to Catholic church. I did not understand the meaning of. I understand the meaning of church, but I didn't get the whole picture of church until I got older and on my own. I put pieces together. The changes I will make is make churches accessible for anybody and everybody. That's what I'm part of the AIM group. I want to belong to. And I want people to belong to anybody, anything, race, community. I believe that everybody got a base in faith.
About what your disability is exactly.
I have several. I have bipolar disorder under control with drugs. I have arthritis, which caused the replacement of a hip, and so I'm mobility impaired. I'm asthmatic, and because of the drugs for the bipolar, I have weight problems and diabetes. Besides that, I'm pretty good. So over the last, particularly the last 10 to 15 years, there's been quite a bit of more activity, including social services, including a support group for people with disabilities, which is a confidential group. And it's been very supportive of me. I've gone to it for about 7 or 8 years still, and I've got nothing but praise for the JFS, and I know many people who have received services from them that have helped them immensely.